What's more important, a paycheck or your dignity? What are you willing to do just to keep a job that's paying you a salary? What are you willing to endure? Because I've been told a story here that was really crazy. There's some employers in this country who just like taking advantage of people just because you know somebody's desperate for a job. You make them do things and persevere situations that are completely undignified. So a friend of mine told me a story about a place where she used to work, and she was working for a certain employer who would treat her like trash. First of all, you come like 1 minute later, 1 minute after 8 o'clock, you are sent home and you're deducted your salo. Second, on lunch breaks, they used to funga the office and all the employees had to go out of the compound while these employers eat their lunch, and those guys are outside the compound. And then at 2 o'clock they would open and then let everybody back in. But for me, the thing that was like the craziest is whenever she'd make a mistake, and making a mistake is part of learning. But this guy had the audacity to make her repeat after him, and he would say, "Repeat after me, I am very stupid." And he would make her say those exact words. And then he would sit there and tell her, "If you haven't completed this task in the next 5 minutes, I'm firing you." So she's working under threat of being fired. She's working in a place where you can't even eat lunch in the office. There's toilets that are there only for the employer and the people who are in management, but everybody else has to use the toilets outside. When you ujitafutie choo mahali uko nje. And I'm wondering, so I'm asking her, why did you persevere these sorts of conditions? And she's like, I needed the job. I had no source of income. This was the only thing that I could do that at least was putting food on my table. But this guy was treating her like trash and making her go through such terrible experiences there at the workplace, all in the name of a salary. And I'm like, what kind of people are these? Like, if you are an employer and you're out there and you're employing people, please treat people with respect and dignity. Just because you're giving somebody an opportunity to earn an income doesn't mean that you're doing them a favor. They're also doing a service by bringing their skills and talents on board and helping you make a profit. But now here's what this is the one that maliza me kabisa. These guys were in the electronics business, and for each video game, they used to fix video games, and for each video game that they were repairing, the employer would charge like upwards of 15 to 20k and then pay her 200 shillings a day. Would you go through all that just for 200 shillings? What's more important, your dignity or the paycheck?